Hello. In this video, I'd like to shed some light using or taking advantage of my DWM Cutaway Luger to shed some light on the trigger bar, Sear, plunger, the trigger link, how this mechanism works, also how it functions relative to the pulling of the toggle backwards and up. So before I do that, here's I have the trigger bar, the plunger, and this is the Sear. This is where the latching occurs with a striker. Here it is. Okay, and once the plunger is pressed by the trigger link, this will flex out of the way, and the striker is gonna basically fall quickly, forcefully under the kinetic energy stored in the striker spring, and the tip will hit the primer and will fire around. Okay. So one thing to note here is that the location of this edge here for the Sear, where the latching occurs with the striker, is about, this far back. Okay, looking on the side of the Luger, it will be basically on the opposite side of this area here. The other thing is that, if you note on the striker, there's the edge where the latching occurs, and there's this beveled side, and this is engaged by the forward toggle cam. I refer to it as the cam here, this extended tail if you like, and when the toggle is pulled up and back, this is going to essentially press the striker against the retainer, and there is the striker spring in between, so it's going to compress the striker spring and save the potential energy for later release. So this is how this cam works. Okay, and this is a cam that I received actually today from my friend Ed Tinker, just for the purpose of some experimentations. Okay, so here's the Luger. It has a chamber round. This is a dummy round, a snap cap, and just for safety to illustrate, there are some round. All of those are snap caps, so we're safe. We're safe there. Okay, so here's the exposed area as you see it. Let me use the striker as a pointer. So you see all this area now is exposed here, which is nice. So you can see the plunger. Okay, here's the L-link engaged with the trigger that presses or pushes the plunger in, essentially pushing this edge of the trigger bar inward. Here's its pivot, and that means its tail is gonna go up. That's pressed in by the leaf spring. So squeeze the trigger, this goes up, and essentially the latching will be released and the striker would move forward. Okay, so if the striker is set, when I chamber it around, the striker is set and it's latched, and if I press the trigger, watch the it's gonna push on the plunger, and also watch this and here this is gonna come out, lever effect, and gonna release the striker, and you're gonna hear the sound. And I think if you look carefully over here, this dark area you're gonna see the shiny striker body shows up when it's released. So watch that, all this happening. Okay, so we're pressing the plunger. This is the way it kind of releases the striker. All right, so now what happens next? So we just shut around. So the toggle is gonna stay locked until it is gonna move. Those ears are gonna meet the ramp. But before that happens, the toggle is locked. And the cam I showed you earlier is not moving, it's not squeezing against the moving the firing pin. So what happens is that for maybe, kind of a couple of millimeters or so, this edge here, okay, the receiver edge and the frame, you're gonna see this thing move with the barrel. And as that moves, watch the plunger in this link here. Okay, so you see, the first thing that happens is that now the plunger is out of the way, and the toggle ears hit the ramp, and now the ramp is going to unlock, and the toggle is going to move all the way back with the main spring pushing it back forward, stripping around from the magazine, chambering it, and then the cycle repeats. All right, also, if you note that, so if we shot and we kept the trigger squeezed, you see, and what will happen, actually this is what's gonna happen, we cannot release the trigger fast enough to relieve this plunger before the receiver start moving, backward, clearing it. So most likely our finger is still pressing on the trigger when this very quick action happens, and watch what happens with the plunger. When it's pressed, shot, you see, it just escapes the L-shaped body, and then when this comes back, you see how the plunger, now it's pushed in, you see it? And then when the trigger is released, that's what we do to shoot the next round. Now it comes in and you shoot. Now I didn't push the striker far enough to set it. So if I press here, with doing this doesn't set the striker, so nothing will happen. Okay, so if we pull on the, chamber the next round, you're gonna hear a click now. Here it is. So with this click, the Sear is set, the striker has been latched. So if I let go back in, you see, you can see that the striker has been latched. All right, so here it is, we eject, load a new round, and now the cycle repeats, and we can shoot this round here. Now, if I keep the trigger pressed like this and I move this back and then forward, the trigger is still pressed, you see that the plunger is pushed in here, you see it? And nothing will happen till I release the trigger, and now press in. Once I release it, the plunger under the force of its tiny spring, it's gonna, or soft spring, it's gonna move forward, and now we can shoot again. All right, I thought, this would be interesting to see it, the behavior or the mechanics using a Cutaway Luger. Thank you for watching.